Bienvenue sur Sneaky Robot. Nous allons examiner ce qui est peut-être l'un des meilleurs modèles multilingues libres et open source. يوعد زونوس 2 أفضل بكثير من سابقه، وهو مختلف عنه في أكثر من جانب. क्लिंगन को छोड़कर आप कोई भी भाषा चुन सकते हैं, तो आराम से बैठिए और चलिए इस जादुई सफर पर चलते हैं.
Okay, so that was Zonos2 TTS, and honestly, it is surprisingly good. Not perfect, definitely not perfect. But good enough that I had to stop and go, wait, what is actually happening here? Because Zonos2 is trying to solve two things that always pushed me back towards hosted tools: API credits, account limits, privacy trade-offs, that whole little circus. And whilst I'm not saying this is suddenly the next 11 labs, no, not yet, Zyphra is clearly doing something right, especially on the multilingual text-to-speech side. So what I want to do in this video is simple. I want to test how good Zonos2 really is, where it works, where it falls apart, and whether it is actually worth your time. Zonos2 is a real-time text-to-speech and voice cloning model from Zyphra. More specifically, it is a sparse mixture of experts text-to-speech model with 900 million active parameters and 8 billion total parameters. It's Apache 2.0 licensed, and at the time I'm recording this, it's only a few days old. I think the announcement was on the 12th, if I'm not mistaken. The model was trained on more than 6 million hours of varied multilingual speech, and this really starts to show once you move away from English and start testing other languages. Now, Mixture of Experts sounds very fancy, but the idea is actually quite simple. Instead of the whole model activating all the time, the model has this large total capacity, but only a smaller expert subset is activated during generation. So imagine a room full of people, but only the people who actually know the answer step forward to solve the problem. That is basically the idea. Let's actually look at what this thing can do. Zonos2 comes with two model versions. There is a BF16 version, and there is an FP8 version. The multilingual audio you heard at the beginning of the video was made with the FP8 version. But if you want the better quality option, then you use the BF16 version. Just keep in mind that the BF16 version is around 15 gigabytes, whilst the FP8 version is around 10 gigabytes. So there is a trade-off. The bigger model should, in theory, give you better quality, but it also takes more space. This is the vanilla workflow. I have practically made no changes to it, so props go to Saganaki22. I hope I am pronouncing that correctly. The workflow consists of one model loader node, one voice generation node, one load audio node, one voice clone node, and two save audio nodes. And that is it. Very simple. Very direct. No massive spaghetti monster workflow today. Let's start with the first test. What I am going to do here is bypass the voice cloning section. To do that, I select the nodes I want to bypass, and then I press Ctrl and B. Let's first test the basic voice generation. I'll be using the FP8 version of Zonos2. In the model loader, I am leaving everything at the default settings, and I'm disabling download if missing. That setting gave me a few problems, and I will talk about that properly when I show you how to get this up and running. But for now, I want to run this as is first, and then we can talk about the settings after we hear the result. Okay, let's see what we get.
A speech is the formal delivery of a spoken message to an audience. Speeches are primarily used to inform, persuade, motivate, or entertain. They serve as a powerful tool in leadership, education, and public.
I am not going to lie, that didn't sound bad at all. But let me quickly explain why there was a cutoff. I used a max new tokens value of 1024. That means the model only generates up to that amount, and then it stops. So if the sentence or paragraph needs more room, the audio can just cut off before the full text is finished. Let's double that from 1024 to 2048. Let's run it again, but this time with the BF16 model.
A speech is the formal delivery of a spoken message to an audience. Speeches are primarily used to inform, persuade, motivate, or entertain. They serve as a powerful tool in leadership, education, and public life to share ideas and inspire action.
Why is it that this sounds worse than the FP8 model? And you might have noticed another little thing. The voice sounds completely different from what we had before. That is because basic voice generation does not give us specific built-in voices to choose from. So we are basically flying blind. And that is also why some runs might sound good and some runs might sound bad, regardless of which model version you are using. Okay, it is official. Basic voice generation is trash. Not throw the whole model away trash, but definitely this is not the reason I would use Zonos2 trash. Let's move on to voice cloning, because this is where things should get more interesting. For the voice clone test, I am going to add this audio of Jessamine West speaking.
Hi, my name is Jessamine West, and I was born in Concord, Massachusetts in 1968. I went to Hampshire College in Amherst, Massachusetts, and library school at the University of Washington in Seattle.
All I have to do now is increase the max new tokens, change the model back to FP8, and run the workflow again.
A speech is the formal delivery of a spoken message to an audience. Speeches are primarily used to inform, persuade, motivate, or entertain. They serve as a powerful tool in leadership, education, and public life to share ideas and inspire action.
Now let's hear the original again, just so we have the reference fresh in our ears.
Hi, my name is Jessamine West, and I was born in Concord, Massachusetts in 1968. I went to Hampshire.
It is a bit off, not terrible, but not quite there either. Let's check the BF16 version.
A speech is the formal delivery of a spoken message to an audience. Speeches are primarily used to inform, persuade, motivate, or entertain. They serve as a powerful tool in leadership, education, and public life to share ideas and inspire action.
Honestly, I do not really hear a clear difference. And also, where is the accent? Let's play a bit with the temperature. Now, what I know about temperature is that when you lower it, things become a little more deterministic. In simple terms, the model takes fewer wild creative swings. Let's now hear what Jessamine West sounds like at 0.7.
A speech is the formal delivery of a spoken message to an audience. Speeches are primarily used to inform, persuade, motivate, or entertain. They serve as a powerful tool in leadership, education, and public life to share ideas and inspire action. Hampshire College in Amherst, Massachusetts, and library school at the University of Washington in Seattle.
Close enough, not perfect, but close enough that I would keep testing. Now, let me try a different accent. We will go with Mr. Grayling.
Well, she was very, she was short. She was only about 5 foot tall, so she always had this rather bouffant hairstyle, you see, to give her a few extra inches, and very, very high heels, which she wore even first thing on a Sunday morning.
I am changing the model back to FP8, and now I want to check how well it handles a British accent and whether it can follow the inflections.
A speech is the formal delivery of a spoken message to an audience. Speeches are primarily used to inform, persuade, motivate, or entertain.
Not good at all. It is doing something, but it is not really capturing the voice in the way I want. So now I am going to drop the temperature way more. Let's try 0.4.
A speech is the formal delivery of a spoken message to an audience. Speeches are primarily used to inform, persuade, motivate, or entertain.
It does sound good, but it is still a bit off. And this is the kind of thing where you can hear the promise, but you can also hear the problem. It is not failing completely. It is just not holding on to the exact character of the voice as strongly as I expected. Let's move on to the next test. Now I want to see how it sounds when the source audio has a noisy background.
Yes, yeah, I've always sort of dealt with body image issues and things like that, but there was a particular thing that happened to me when I was in elementary school, entering high school, which is like the worst time for anything to happen, but I started losing my hair.
A speech is the formal delivery of a spoken message to an audience. Speeches are primarily used to inform, persuade, motivate, or entertain. They serve as a powerful tool in leadership, education, and public life to share ideas and inspire action.
That actually sounds good. I am a bit confused. It is almost as if the model leans towards heavier US accents, but then that is not actually the full story. Let me show you what I mean. I am going to leave the voice as it is, and then I am going to change the same paragraph from English to French.
Un discours est la transmission formelle d'un message oral à un auditoire. Les discours servent principalement à informer, persuader, motiver ou divertir. Ils constituent un outil puissant en matière de leadership, d'éducation et de vie publique pour partager des idées et inciter à l'action.
And this is where the model really shines. It keeps the voice, but it automatically detects the language and changes the accent to match the language it is reading. That is genuinely impressive. For example, let's add Japanese and see what we get.
スピーチとは、聴衆に向けて口頭でメッセージを伝える正式な場のことです。スピーチは主に情報提供、説得、動機づけ、あるいは娯楽のために用いられます。リーダーシップ、教育、そして公共生活においてアイデアを共有し、行動を促すための強力なツールとして機能します。
That is just amazing. And we get the same consistent results, even when we use Kurdish with a different voice.
Heart and mind are emotional and intellectual reactions to things.
گوتر پشکشتیرنا فرمی یا پیامک devki yeji bo temaşevanan. گوتر بی گیرانی جیبو آگاهدار کرین، اقناع کرین، موتیوه کرین، آن یی شاهیه تنه بیکار آنین.
Now, the documentation says you will get a better result if the driving voice has the same accent as the language you are trying to generate. And that makes sense, but from what I am seeing here, it is actually doing a great job even when the voice and language do not perfectly match. Okay, so what are my thoughts on this model? For me, Zonos2 performs best when you use voice cloning and multilingual generation together. That is where it starts to become interesting. I could genuinely see this replacing parts of a translation workflow if you connect it to an LLM that rewrites or translates your script, and then you run that translated version through Zonos2. So the LLM handles the language conversion, and Zonos2 handles the spoken voice. But is it so magnificent that I would write home about it? Not really. The voice cloning is useful, but it is not flawless. The basic voice generation is not something I would rely on. The multilingual side, though, that is the part that feels genuinely exciting. And what interests me most is not only the sound quality. It is the technology behind the model. Zyphra is tackling open text-to-speech in a different way from a lot of other companies. Instead of just doing the usual train the model more and hope it gets better approach, they are taking a different route with Mixture of Experts. And when you actually think about it, that is a pretty drastic change. Now let's look at the installation. The nodes are still really new, but I got them to install just fine by clicking Install Missing Nodes in ComfyUI. The model installation is the tricky part. Inside your ComfyUI folder, go to the Models folder. Inside the ComfyUI Models folder, create a new folder and call it Zonos2. So the model files need to go inside ComfyUI, then Models, then Zonos2. Inside that Zonos2 folder, you download and place the BF16 and FP8 files. You do not have to download both if you do not want to. Just choose one of them. Personally, I did not see a drastic improvement between the two in my testing, so if storage space matters, the FP8 version is the smaller one. Then, inside that same Zonos2 folder, you need to create two more folders. One folder must be called DAC 44 kHz. The other folder must be called speaker_encoder. Make sure the folder names are correct, because ComfyUI is not going to gently read your mind like a helpful little robot. If the files are in the wrong place, the workflow will not find them. Inside the DAC 44 kHz folder, you only need to download 3 files. Those files are config.json, model.safetensors, and preprocessor_config.json. So those 3 files go into ComfyUI, then Models, then Zonos2, then DAC 44 kHz. Then go into the Speaker Encoder folder. Inside Speaker Encoder, you need to download 8 files. Those files are config.json, configuration ecpa-tdnn.py, feature extraction ecpa-tdnn.py, model.safetensors, modeling ecpa-tdnn.py, preprocessor config.json, tokenizer config.json, and tokenizer ecp-tdnn.py. These 8 files go into ComfyUI, then Models, then Zonos2, then Speaker Encoder. And that is basically it. I tried the automatic model download, but it kept failing for me, so you can try the automatic download first, and if it works for you, great. We love a shortcut that actually behaves. But if it does not work, then use the manual folder method I just showed you. The links are in the description below. And that is all for today. Subscribe and like if you liked the content. This is the Sneaky Robot. See you in the next one.